When your AC stops working, just call the experts at KS Services Heating and Air. They're fast and affordable. Right now, purchase any Bryant energy efficient system and save with 0% interest for 60 months with approved credit. It comes included with a 5-year labor warranty. And our fair price guarantee means that we will always give you 3 quotes for every situation. A good, better, and best. Call KS Services Heating and Air today. We roll on, whatever it takes.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, August the 12th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks so much for tuning in. Satellite image this morning shows that we do have some splotchy clouds across the state of Alabama as well as much of the southeastern U.S., but we will see some sun today. What is hard to see is that we do have a dense fog advisory in effect for much of central Alabama, and the dense fog limiting visibility in some spots to below 1/4 mile. Surface map this morning features a weak cold front that is coming into the area. However, as the upper flow becomes more zonal over time, that upper flow will force the front to stop its southward progress, and it will stall out over central Alabama. I mentioned the fog, and we're seeing this on the surface map this morning, of the surface observations. You can see Tuscaloosa there with 1/4 mile, so if you're headed out early this morning, we expect to take a little extra time and allow for that fog and slower speeds on the highway. Watch warning map is relatively clear. We do have some heat advisories down across the state of Texas, the eastern part of Texas. Flash flood watches for the Arklatex and back into the western, about the western 2/3 of the state of Oklahoma. And then there's still air quality as well as high fire danger in the northwestern U.S. The QPF for the next 5 days, that is through Thursday morning, is expecting on the order of about 1 to 1.5 inches of rain, and that'll, of course, coming in showers, so not everybody gets that total amount. Storm Prediction Center has 2 slight risk areas, one over the Red River Valley and one over parts of the western parts of South Dakota as well as western Nebraska for day 1. For day 2, just an area taking in parts of eastern Colorado, western Nebraska, and western Kansas. And then for day 3, there's just a marginal risk over parts of the north central United States. Tropics remain fairly active. We have a little area of disturbed weather just to the northwest of Puerto Rico. A little closer look at that area. It's still very disorganized, and most of the computer models are in pretty good agreement. There's a pretty good clustering here of the various tracks in the spaghetti chart, so it looks like it should recurve and stay away from the continental United States. In the eastern North Pacific, we have Jova, and again, that's staying out to sea, as well as a disturbed area just to the south of the South Mexican coast. All right, the 06 GFS model run. And we don't have a lot of changes going on for the first 2/3 of the week, but you can see that our zonal flow is there today with some little weak embedded disturbances. There's one over Georgia, and there's also another one over West Texas and the Texas Panhandle. And so it looks like showers are a possibility, not necessarily numerous today, somewhat like yesterday. The upper air flow on Sunday shows that disturbance coming into Arkansas, but another one coming in right behind it. So that keeps things somewhat unsettled over there across eastern Texas and western Arkansas and keeps us with chances for showers. We see the chances go up just a little bit on Monday as that disturbance comes closer to our area as it crosses the Mississippi River, and that should help to increase the coverage of showers and thunderstorms on Monday, so the probabilities head up into the 60-70 range. And you can see that the GFS not too bullish on anything out in the Atlantic. The European a little bit more bullish on what's out in the Atlantic, but also recurving it away from the U.S. Tuesday, the flow begins to take on a distinctly ridge-like pattern. So the trough over the eastern part of the country is going to wane a little bit, but that still keeps us basically in showers and thunderstorms since we can't get any kind of air mass change. And again, the GFS not too bullish on what's going on in the Atlantic, and the European a little bit stronger, but still keeping it out to sea. The ridge definitely is in place on Wednesday, so that will help to, I think, still keep us in showers, since there's just nothing, no fronts or anything that's going to push that moisture out of here. And Wednesday you can see precipitable water values, especially the orange areas. Those are 2 inches and over. So as long as we keep that around, we're going to have showers. Thursday, the ridge is there. Kind of not quite as strong as it was on Wednesday. But again, below that, we've got lots of precipitable water. So it looks like showers continue to be a pretty good bet. The ridge begins to, I think, wane just a little bit on Friday with the appearance of that fairly strong shortwave coming out of south central Canada into the western Great Lakes. But of course, across the southeastern U.S., there is no change going on, so we're going to continue with showers. That strong shortwave moves into the western Great Lakes on Saturday, so that really beats the ridge down and pushes it back to the west. And I noticed that on Saturday, the GFS is fairly bullish on something just to the north of the Leeward Islands, kind of northeast of Puerto Rico. Looking out into voodoo country, the overall pattern for us is beginning to show signs once again of becoming a little bit more of a trough. It's kind of a weak trough at this point, and you can't help but miss that area that's just to the east of the Bahamas. So that's likely to recurve. GFS suggesting it's going to recurve around the 24th of August, very close to the North Carolina coastline. But once again, we're still out from under the ridge. And the ridge finally does come back. The system that we were watching in the Atlantic is that thing very far up there in the Maritimes, the Canadian Maritimes. But it does, the GFS is very bullish on bringing the ridge back in full force by the 27th of August. So maybe we're not done with hot weather just yet. That'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video. I expect to have the next one posted first thing on Sunday morning. And remember, you can always check back for notes on Alabama's weather. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great day and Godspeed.
AC broken? Just call KS Services Heating and Air. All Bryant energy efficient systems come with a 5-year labor warranty, and our fair price guarantee means that we'll always give you 3 quotes for every situation. Just call KS Services Heating and Air today.